Good morning and welcome to the Forex Daily Update, brought to you by Pepperstone on Thursday the 25th of January 2018. I'm Darren Sinden and you can follow me throughout the day on Twitter by using @ds_Pepperstone. Right, let's take a look at overnight changes and the price moves to be aware of. A good deal more activity on the world's foreign exchanges yesterday, and we'll look at the reasons for that a little later on in the video. But suffice to say, the euro trading at 124.4750 shortly before we recorded the video. Sterling 143.01 against the US dollar, so cable really roaring, 2.98% to the good over the week so far. The dollar yen 108.86, the yen trading against the US dollar, so the yen strengthening further, and the dollar itself well below the 90 handle, 88.89 as measured by dollar index, and that's down by around 1.79% over the last 4 days. In terms of cryptocurrencies, Ethereum's had a decent move, up around 10.91% to $1,086 a coin shortly before we recorded the video. Right, what's on the calendar today? Events that may move the markets. Be aware that we have an ongoing meeting of European finance ministers, and that's alongside the World Economic Forum that's taking place in Davos, Switzerland this week. So, data to come at 7 AM GMT. We will have GfK Consumer Confidence Survey data out of Germany for February, and then at 9 AM further survey data in the form of the well-regarded and highly influential IFO Business Climate, Current Assessment and Economic Expectation Surveys for January. Then at 12:45 GMT, the real meat on the bones today, the European Central Bank interest rate decision meeting. The news on what they're doing about rates and QE due at 12:45, but the main meal, if you will, at 13:30 we will have the press conference and speech from Mario Draghi. So a 45-minute gap between those two items, interspersed with which we will have continuous jobless claims and initial jobless claims out of the US, because of course it's Thursday. As regards the ECB, of course the market will be looking for hints about possible tightening and any premature end to QE inside of the existing ECB timetable. We'll also have at 13:30 retail sales for November out of Canada, and at 1500 new home sales for December out of the States. And then we leap forward to 23:30 this evening for some inflation data out of Japan, and 20 minutes after that, probably most important as far as the Far East is concerned today, the Bank of Japan monetary policy meeting minutes will be released. Right, breaking news and comment then that's caught my eye overnight. Well, first of all, the reasons behind all those moves in the dollar and commodities. Treasury Secretary Mnuchin's weak dollar comments that he made yesterday, suggesting that the weak dollar was good for the USA. That sent the US currency sharply lower, but it sent sterling, the euro, oil and gold higher. Of course, remember that a weak dollar is a positive for commodity prices. Speaking of things that are weak inflation data from New Zealand is now seen as delaying Reserve Bank of New Zealand rate rises, that according to the Financial Times. Meanwhile, in Asia, South Korean GDP has contracted for the first time in 9 years. The Q4 reading for 2017 coming in at minus 0.2% versus market forecasts of growth of plus 0.1% for Korea there. Donald Trump arrives in Davos today and will host a dinner this evening for what he calls a select group of European CEOs who he hopes will invest in the US. But at the same time, the USA has warned that it will step up its trade measures during 2018, and of course they implemented some import tariffs against certain goods like solar panels and washing machines earlier in the week. Right then, food for thought, something to take away with you into the trading day and beyond. Why not think about this? We often measure a country's economic prosperity and health through employment metrics. But the world of work is changing rapidly, and 50% of current job roles are susceptible to automation. World leaders are sure to be discussing how this will affect nation states going forward at the global economy thereafter at the World Economic Forum in Davos this week. And the chart here from McKinsey shows the kind of changes that we can expect to see in the world of work out to 2030. Right, please take a moment to read the risk warning. Trading CFDs and foreign exchange on margin can be a risky business. If you're in any doubt about the risks involved or the suitability of the products for you, then please do contact your Pepperstone account representative.